So Teofimo Lopez is supposed to be fighting this guy next, Jermaine Ortiz. Ortiz lost in 2022 to Vasyl Lomachenko on a 12-round UD. He also had a majority draw earlier on in his career back in 2021, and he was down in that fight. So that's who Lopez is supposed to be fighting, but he's talking about fighting Terence Crawford. He said that Crawford says he's the best. I know I'm the best. Let's make the fight happen. How serious is Teofimo Lopez about fighting Terence Crawford? Obviously, Teofimo Lopez is at 140. Terence Crawford is at 147. He's undisputed. Could this just be Teofimo Lopez using Terence Crawford's name for clout to sell tickets for his upcoming fight against Jermaine Ortiz? Or is Lopez actually serious? You know, Lopez and his dad come across as wallies a lot of the time because they ask for ridiculous amounts of money, overvalue themselves to an insane extent. And one of the most insane and ridiculous things I've seen from them was their reaction to losing to George Kambosos. I mean, what on earth was Teofimo and his dad talking about? They were acting like they won the fight. Absolutely incredible. So they come across as a pair of wallies. Obviously, Teofimo Lopez has got ability, and obviously his dad has some ability as a trainer. But the delusion levels with those two is an extraordinary thing. It's quite a sight to behold. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it. Is Teofimo Lopez that confident he can beat Terence Crawford, or is he just trying to sell tickets? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if that fight did happen, if Errol Spence, for whatever reason, you know, the eye, whatever, can't fight this rematch with Terence Crawford, would you guys be happy with Crawford fighting Lopez? And how do you see the fight going? Do you think Lopez would have a decent chance, or would Crawford just take him apart? I would probably go with the latter. They take Teofimo Lopez apart. Lopez has certainly got the youth on his side, 26 years of age. He probably hasn't hit his prime yet. So, you know, I'm sure that he's got some type of chance in the fight, but I just think Terence Crawford is so advanced. I mean, if you think back to that George Kambosos loss, all of the holes in Teofimo Lopez's game were exposed. I mean, even against Sandor Martin, the holes in his game were exposed. We forget those fights. Now, you could say he underperformed both times, and some would argue that the real Teofimo Lopez was the guy who beat Lomachenko and the guy who beat Josh Taylor. Those are both very, very good wins. But I'm not so sure about that. I do think that it was the styles of George Kambosos and Sandor Martin that gave Teofimo Lopez problems. Remember, Sandor Martin is a tall fighter. Josh Taylor's a tall fighter too, but not as evasive, not as elusive, not as much of a runner naturally as Sandor Martin. Josh Taylor's thing is more to stand with you and actually throw punches with you. It's not in his boxing DNA to be a runner. But with Sandor Martin, that's exactly what he is. And he runs very effectively and hits you. You know, he does the whole matador routine. He's good at that. And George Kambosos did a good job at that himself when he fought Teofimo Lopez. Now, Terence Crawford can fight several different ways. He can move a lot if he has to. He can get stuck in. We know he's got a very good defense. Not an impregnable defense, but he's got a very good defense. He can fight southpaw orthodox. He's a good puncher. He's a finisher. I'd have to make Terence Crawford a big favorite in that fight, despite the fact he's a lot older than Teofimo Lopez. So that's my take on it. Give me your take in the comment section below. Is Lopez serious, or is it just cap to sell tickets for the Jermaine Ortiz fight? Let me know.